guys, it's your girl T. So I want to come on here and do another recap of the final episode of Love and Hip Hop Reunion Part 2. So make sure you guys have your teacups ready and let's go ahead and get this recap popping. How you doing? So anyways, y'all, we had a good old funky time on Monday, honey, watching this damn reunion Part 2. It was a hot ghetto ass mess. So in the opening scene, we finish off right where we left off with that big ass brawl. You see the audience face, they're looking so shocked. Brandy's running up to go attack Moniece. Shonda's cussing her out. Moniece is calling them a bunch of worthless bitches who don't know nothing about her and her life and what she's been through. So they're all getting into it. And then while security's holding her, all of a sudden Princess with her little ham hocks, she decides to go running towards Moniece. So Princess is ready to fight Moniece. Security grabs her. Marla's in the middle of this yelling, trying to calm the girls down. I'm glad that her mom finally did step up to help her out. What's funny is that Tia Marie, big, thick, chunky peanut butter looking ass, just sat there like a big ass glob of peanut butter. Her ass didn't get up. She didn't go to have Moniece's back. She didn't do shit. So meanwhile, while Tia Marie's little chunky ass is sitting there chilling, they go backstage to follow Moniece, and Moniece is freaking out. She's upset. I found it really funny that Tia Marie, Little Fizz, and her mother did not go back there to go console her. They all just sat there on the couches looking nice. So Rich Dollars goes back there, and a lot of people are giving Rich Dollars props and saying, you know, he loves Moniece so much. Look how he has her back. And to me, it looked like a father-daughter moment, okay? He looked like he was her father, you know, trying to console his daughter and let his daughter know, well, you know what? They don't know who you are. They don't know nothing about you. Why are you taking it so personal? It's obvious that Rich is the type of person, he looks for low self-esteem women who don't have fathers, so that way he can come in and be that father figure type person. Because the way he spoke to her was not coming at her as an equal, was not coming at her as like a wifey or a girlfriend. He came at her like a father talking to his daughter, which was just kind of really, really weird. But I'm glad for the most part that Rich went back there to calm Moniece down, being that the so-called people who care about her the most all sat out there with the rest of her enemies. So now we go back to the reunion, and the host is asking, you know, Brandy, she's like, you know, Brandy, what's wrong? Why did you jump up like that? You know, why are you freaking out? And Brandy, this bitch is crazy. She needs to be on some damn Prozac, okay? You hear me? So she's sitting there shaking, and she's like, you know what? I'm a mother. I didn't attack Moniece, but what she said was bothering me. I'm a mother. I'm a child of God. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what does God have to do with you acting like a fucking maniac and a twat? You know what I mean? Why are you bringing God into this? Nobody said that you weren't a child of God. Brandy is crazy as hell. And then Tia Marie calls herself trying to explain, you know, why Moniece is upset and the fact that these girls are attacking her. And then she claims that she has no idea why all these girls are hating on Moniece and why they don't like her. And Tia Marie needs to look at herself in the mirror, okay? Because every time she got into it, one of these girls, Moniece was there to have her back, jump in these girls' face with her, throw drinks and everything else. Moniece went super hard for Tia Marie, and I blame Moniece for that. You don't never go hard for a bitch that won't go hard for you like that. So at the end of the day, Moniece made herself look stupid because she so wanted to be Pinky, because Tia Marie was the brains of the operation. So this is what Moniece gets. A bunch of girls who now dislike her, and then the fact that Tia Marie's not even sitting there having her back. So I found that funny. So while Brandy and her damn raggedy ass dancery wig are sitting there freaking out and crying, the host then asks Princess, you know, why did you jump your ass up and go run after Moniece? And Princess is like, you know what? I'm just tired of her. Moniece doesn't know nothing about me. She talks about me like she knows me. And then Ray J pipes in and was like, well, did you see when Moniece threw a drink at Princess? So now they're all talking or whatever. And then Princess claims, you know what? Brandy's my girl and I'm always going to have my girl's back. I'm like, well, crouching tiger, hidden Negro, sit the fuck down. It's like the black Asians done went crazy. It's funny that they're so quick to have each other's back, but during the whole show, we never even saw Brandy and Princess even interact, but now they're best of friends. I'm gonna need both these crouching tigers, hidden Negro / Asians to have several damn seats. Both of y'all were acting super ratchet on that reunion, and for Princess to try and carry herself like she's so much better than everybody else, she's no different than the rest of these other ratchet ghetto girls, okay? How you doing? So the next thing in the reunion that tripped me out was when Jason Lee's big ass came out there. So Jason Lee's there and he's upset. You know, he wants to get everything off his chest. And Hazel E is not having it. She's calling him all types of bitches. She's going off on him and everything else. And Jason Lee's like, you know, just let me talk. You know, let me say what I need to say. And Hazel feels like, no, you know, not only did you disrespect me, you threw a drink in my eyes and made my eyes burn. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. Then all of a sudden, here comes Ray J. Now, I don't know when Ray J became an ordained minister, but he was doing some damn preaching at the reunion now, okay? How you doing? I love how he starts screaming, everybody needs redemption, Hazel. Everyone needs to be listened to and forgiven of their sins, Hazel. Won't you let that man speak? Won't you let him get it off his heart, Hazel? Let him say what he needs to say. And the whole time, Hazel's looking at Ray J like, sir, I'm going to need you to have a tall glass of shut the fuck up. And Hazel's still not letting Jason Lee speak. Then eventually, Jason Lee finally gets it off his chest, and he tells Hazel he's sorry for throwing a drink at her, but that the reason why he threw the drink is because Hazel outed him to his family, and his family, he wasn't ready for his family to know that he was gay. And I'm sitting here looking like, is this big husky bitch trying to act like his family had no idea that he was gay? Stevie Wonder could see that Jason Lee is not only gay, honey, but that he deserves to be on a box of Fruit Loops while he's trying to come for Hazel E's nose, okay? Now, I love the fact that Hazel E clapped back and was like, you know what? I could care less about that, Jason. You was still trying to come up off of what you did. Your apology's not sincere. Then all of a sudden, here comes Pastor Ray J. What would Jesus do? Did Jesus not forgive Hazel? Jesus forgives you for your sins. Jesus forgives people. You know what I'm saying? You need to forgive this man because Jesus would forgive you. And the whole time, once again, Hazel's looking at him like, fool, I'm not Jesus and neither are you, Ray J. I'm convinced this is how Ray J comes at Princess every time he cheats on her. As soon as he finds his ding-a-ling and somebody else and Princess catches him up, the first thing Ray J does is flip the table around on Princess and start turning into a bootleg preacher. Now, Princess, I know I done fucked another girl. I know I done made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? At the end of the day, God knows my heart. Jesus will forgive me for cheating, so you need to forgive me for cheating as well. So hence why Princess is back with him, because Ray J is shaming her and guilt-tripping her using Jesus' name for his fuckery. Let's move on to the next scene. So in the next part of the reunion, they start talking about that dreadful fashion show, honey. And I love how Miss Nikki Baby is constantly trying to play both sides of the fence and she's trying to act cool. And I love how it seems like everybody's scared to confront her like she's the fucking diva of the show. You know what I mean? Because she's just as messy as Carly Red, but on Love and Hip Hop ATL, they have no problem calling Carly Red out for her messiness. But yet and still in Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, it seems like they're scared to call out Miss Nikki Baby. So anyways, they're talking about the fashion show and the host is asking Hazel E, why did she run off? Why did she not stay there to basically, talk to Tia or find out what Tia was up to? And Hazel E's like, you know what? I don't do drama. I'm about my money, so I left. No, bitch, you're a scary bitch, and you let Tia Marie punk you out your own fashion show, okay? And then what I also found funny is that Tia Marie tried to apologize. She's like, oh yeah, I know I said that I wanted Hazel E to die and I wished her death, but it's all good now that we're friends, and if Hazel E was to die, I would die too. No, bitch, you're not a real friend, because if you're a real friend, those are not words that come out of your mouth when you consider somebody a friend, no matter how angry you get at them. I've gotten into it with my friends before, but one thing we've never done is wish death on each other, because you know what? There is no coming back from death. So if a bitch is going to sit up here and wish death on me, I'm sorry, I could not be friends with them again. I think Tia Marie has a lot of damn issues when she's quick to resort to something like that, as opposed to simply cussing somebody out or walking away. When you're wishing death on people, just know that that same grave that you're digging for somebody else can be the same grave that you're digging for yourself. I don't play with folks like that who wish death on people, because that shit is not funny. And the fact that Hazel E's back cool with her just shows you how weak Hazel E's self-esteem is, that she feels like she has to be cool with Tia Marie. Certain people, you need to cut their asses off and move on. And I hope Moniece is seeing this and is not dealing with Tia Marie after this as well. Moving on to the next part of the damn reunion. So in the next scene, we have our favorite ratchet ass couple, honey, Nia and Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy once again is looking like he done died 2 times. He done stepped up on the stage. He's rocking that new foundation from MAC. It's called Embalming Brown and Cremation number 5, honey. I mean, Soulja Boy looked a hot damn mess. He claims he's getting his tattoos lasered off his face, but it's something about him that's just not looking like it's all there. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about his tattoos being removed. His face looks gray. It looks ashen. He looks like he's sick. But anyways, he's there and he's obviously coked out his mind. Nia's also there with this bright ass red wig on. I do not know why all these chicks think they're Rihanna. Rihanna is the only chick I know who can rock a red wig and look like a bad bitch. Everybody else on these Love and Hip Hop series, they just look like bootleg knockoff versions of Rihanna. Anyways, Nasty Nas is there and she's confronting them about everything, and she's basically putting Soulja Boy on blast and saying, you know what, you were telling me that if I played your girlfriend on the show, you would let me be on the show, but I ended up breaking up with you. Soulja Boy's like, you know what, you're a liar, I don't give a fuck. And then she's like, but me and you hooked up 2 months ago. And then Soulja Boy's sitting there screaming, calling all types of hoes and saying, you know what, so what?
Man, all that. Who cares? Who gives a?
A lot of people care.
Nobody give a. So what? She got 2 months ago. So what? You not my girl. Nia my girl.
So what? I fucked you 2 months ago. Who gives a fuck? And the whole time, Nia's just sitting there with this stupid ass expression on her face. This broad is one of those chicks. She's proud to be the main side bitch. She knows she'll never be Soulja Boy's real female. Soulja Boy has been on literally 4 reality TV shows this year with a different chick. He was on the Westbrooks claiming India Westbrook. He was claiming Diamond on her reality TV show. On Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, he's claiming Nia. The whole situation is a hot damn mess. It shows you how low Nia's self-esteem is. And the sad part is I'm sure she must have watched this play out with her father and his philanthropy and him cheating and, you know, talking to so many women, because it's like she has no self-esteem about herself. Your own man is telling you that he just fucked this chick 2 months ago and you're just sitting there, you know, and you're mad at her as opposed to being mad at him. Now, another thing that I find really funny is the fact that Soulja Boy wants to get up there and start showing off his money and saying he's worth $25 million. But we all know that, you know, celebrity net worth is grossly over-exaggerated. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Soulja Boy does not have money, but the way that he's been flossing, the shit that he does on social media, there's no way he's worth $25 million. You know what I mean? I haven't heard of him buying any businesses, running any restaurants. The only thing I ever see is Soulja Boy is him flossing money. I ever see a real live millionaire on national television flossing bricks of cash and everything else? You know, the thing is, it's funny that whenever Soulja Boy is asked a question, his rebuttal is a typical fuckboy response, which is, I'm rich, I got money, y'all just hating, y'all just jealous. You know, as opposed to just answering the question. People didn't need that fucking coon show that he put on national television on Monday. I thought that was just a disgrace, and he looked stupid as hell. Why are you flossing all this money? You know what I'm saying? You're not throwing it. You're not blessing nobody else. So have several seats with your $1 million and stop trying to floss. Because at the end of the day, money's obviously not buying him any type of happiness. If you're not happy on the inside, you can spend all your money buying trinkets and cars and everything else. That's not going to do anything for you if you're not internally happy. And neither one of these people look happy with themselves. As Nas is explaining herself and she's saying, well, I beat Nia's ass, all of a sudden Nia want to get crunk and she want to get bouted. Bitch, whose ass you whoop? You ain't whoop my ass. Then Nia jumps up and she goes to try and fight Nas, but of course security grabs her. Nia, bitch, I'm gonna need to refresh your memory. Nas did whoop your ass, bitch, and that was one of the best fights this season on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So now compare Nas's fight to Nia's fight on stage. I say that Nas whooped Nia's ass, okay? But that's not our honey. Make sure you guys grab your teacups and let's go ahead and sip slow because Nia done dropped some tea, honey. And told it all. She released tapes of what Soulja Boy said to her on the phone. Go ahead and check this out.
TV show came around and I had to do it and you wasn't there. And that's the truth. If you was there, then you would have been on the show. And you didn't know that. So you wasn't there, man. So like, what you want me to do? Like, you trying to make it like it's my fault. It wasn't my fault. You told me.
All right, so you guys just heard that recording of Nia basically taping Soulja Boy talking about putting her on the show. See, these thoughts are not doing screenshots no more, honey. Now they're having voice recording. So everything Nas was saying on that stage was true. So instead of Nia being mad at Nas 24/7, you need to check your man because obviously he's not a good dude. He's playing the shit out of you and you look crazy. You're a mother to a little girl, and what kind of example are you setting to your daughter? I can't with this whole love triangle fiasco. Moving on to the next part of the reunion, honey. So in the next part of the reunion, we have Miles and Milan, and Amber's there, and Miles' sister is there as well. And basically, you know, Milan is saying how much he loved Miles and how much he wanted to be with him, but that he heard through the grapevine, he has proof that Miles has been cheating on the whole time, that there's nothing genuine or sincere about Miles. So he ends up pulling out this fat ass ring, honey. He sets it on the stage and he says, you know what, I was gonna propose to him, but I'm not gonna propose to him. And then Miles' ass gets up and does the gayest kick I've ever seen in the history of television, huh? He goes all the way back. He leans his foot, he kicks the shit out the ring across the stage, and everybody's like, oh my God, he just kicked the diamond ring. You know, the whole situation is just insane. So after Miles kicks the ring, Milan goes crying, he goes running backstage, and he's like, just go. Just go. And I'm sitting there looking like, Milan, if you don't sit your ass down with that fake ass cry, if you didn't want them following you backstage, you would have shut the door from jump. You weren't really crying, and that whole dramatic, just go, sounded stupid as hell. I'm gonna need Miles and Milan to both have several seats. They're both a bunch of damn drama kings from what I see. Okay, how you doing? So in the next part of the reunion, we have Shanda and Willie. And so before the host can even ask Willie a question, the first thing he wants to do is make an announcement. Well, I want to let all y'all know that I ain't broke. I ain't never been broke. And nobody believed Willie besides his crazy ass wife sitting next to him? First of all, boo, if you've never been broke, and if you weren't broke, you wouldn't have subjected your family to ratchet television. That's what people do when they're desperate for fame and they need a check really quick, okay? Secondly, if you were not broke and struggling financially, your so-called wife wouldn't have ran back to the pole in a New York minute, okay? Because if you guys were okay and there was enough of a cushion, enough of a savings, her running to the strip club to embarrass you on the show would have been the last thing on her mind. She would have went and got a 9-to-5, or she would have just took your word for it that you were doing your thing and that you guys weren't broke. So I'm not buying that at all. I love how the host turns around and asks Shanda, you know, are you still stripping? Would you ever go back to the pole? And Shanda pauses for the longest time. She's like, no. And then Willie's like, no, she would never strip again.
Oh. Nah, yeah, she retired. You never know. Yeah, she retired. She retired. All right.
I'm gonna need both their asses to have several damn seats. I'm not buying that damn no, and I don't believe you, Shanda. Will Shanda stop stripping? That's a hell no. She's in love with the pole, yo. Will Shanda stop stripping? That's a hell no. I swear I can come up with any damn song off my head. Moving on to the next part of the dang on reunion. So on the final ending of the reunion, the host Nina decides to close out with a reel of the craziest moments during Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And then she declares the West Coast the best coast. Yay! Because everybody on the West Coast wants to claim ratchet Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Okay. So I think the funniest part of that reunion at the end is that Amber, you know, while everybody's cheering for the West Coast, having the best ratchet television show, Amber decides to get up and make an announcement. And so Amber, you know, she gets up out her chair and she's like, you know, I want to tell you guys something and fix my hair. I want you guys to know that I have a boyfriend. Bitch, nobody cares. The audience is looking at her like, okay. Like, nobody gives a fuck. You were sleeping with a gay man this whole season. Nobody cares that you have a boyfriend. No one cares. Why did she have to stop the reunion for that? I don't know. But I'm going to need Fab Ab to have several damn seats. I just knew she was going to come out the closet and either tell us she was gay or she was transgender. But her saying that she has a boyfriend? Don't nobody care about that damn shit. I think the funniest part of the reunion was the very end when the camera pans to Moniece and she's like, Moniece, do you have any final words? And Moniece is sitting there looking like, bitch, do I look like I had some fucking final words? So Moniece was still pissed off about everything that went down and she refused to even speak or say anything else about the reunion or about the show. So anyways, that is my recap. That was the final episode for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed recapping the season. At first, I didn't think I was going to do it. You know, I'm busy. I have a lot of things to do, but it was fun. And I've been able to just meet so many different people who didn't even know about my channel just from doing these recaps. And once again, like I always say, my recaps are satire. I don't know these people. This is not to personally bash these people. I'm sure all these people are wonderful people. All I'm doing is basically talking about the characters that they portray on the show. So this is just simply tongue-in-cheek. It's just simply satire. It's just simply, you know, tongue-in-cheek. You know, it's just something fun to do and talk about. And at the end of the day, we can't knock them too harshly because we tune in every Monday to watch Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And these people have all kept me entertained throughout this entire season. I've enjoyed doing these recaps. I've enjoyed, you know, the different storylines or lack thereof storylines. So thank you to the cast of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood for giving us something to talk about once a week. And I can't wait until next season. So go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the final episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your favorite part of the reunion and what you guys thought about this season's episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.